Story time of why I decided to go to nursing school. From the moment I could talk, I said I wanted to be a vet. So growing up, in school, anyone I knew, if they asked, hey Lindsay, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, a veterinarian. Except for when I turned 14 and I got into modeling school and I started doing modeling and acting classes, and then I was like, wait, no. I want to be a model. And by the time college hit, I was very confused. I was like, I want to be a vet, but I want to be a model. Can I be both? So I got signed with a talent agency while also working on my prereqs for vet school. I was also working as a vet tech at one of the local vet clinics. As you can imagine, I was very confused. Like, what the hell do I want to be when I grow up? It was a very daunting task for a 19-year-old to figure out. So one day, the vet I was working with sat me down and was like, hey, why do you want to be a vet? To help animals. Duh. And she goes, let me tell you something they don't tell you before vet school. Been a vet for 10 years and I'm still in debt. #1 career for... Still have depression and anxiety. Feel like I can't help all the animals. Deal with people on a daily basis that don't care about animals. After doing my own research, I was like, dang, she ain't lying. And during this time, I was becoming more and more in love with modeling and acting, and I was like, shit, I gotta find something that I can do that will also help me pursue my dreams of modeling and acting. So after 3.5 years of being an animal science major, I decided to change to a geology major. Don't ask me how I got to this. I just did, okay? I was having a major crisis. On the first day of lab, they passed around this rock, and the professor said, lick this and tell me if you taste salt. This was pre-COVID. I was in the second row, and by the time it got to me, I literally was like, I'm not licking this rock. He literally told us we had to lick it or we would fail class. I simply stood up and walked out that moment. I marched straight over to my student advisor and I was like, please help me, I must change my major. I also had multiple breakdown phone calls with my mother because I was like, what the hell? I don't know what I want to do besides modeling and acting. No one was telling me that I could simply just do that, but you know, that's besides the point. I decided to change my major to dental hygiene. I wasn't even in this major long enough to even talk about it because I had a mental breakdown again, called my mother and was like, I don't want to do this, I don't know what to do. That's when I took a break from college. I was like, girl, you better sit your ass down and figure out what the hell you're about to do. If you didn't know, modeling and acting in Oklahoma, not the greatest market there is. So during this time, I became a nurse tech at one of the local hospitals. One of the nurses at the time, shout out to Katie, really helped me see that nursing would be a great, flexible, fulfilling, and lucrative job. At the time, I was working 2 jobs. I was a waitress and a nurse tech. Go to part 2.